Hey everybody, keep Anderson, good you guys 231 across the DFS industry. Massive win for the US. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. That was nerve-wracking to say the least, but the boys came through. So go USA. I just think that they match up decently well against Netherlands. So just have to control Cody Gakpo. But otherwise, great day. Hope you guys did well on the DFS side of things as well. We're going to go over the 4-game slate for Wednesday. Quick reminder, like, subscribe, comment to the video. Let's just jump right into it. Sorry, I ran upstairs to do this. Out of breath because I'm out of shape. But anyhow, first game, Australia versus Denmark. Denmark's minus 200. Let's just take a quick look at the group before we get into it. France is through, barring like some catastrophe, which is not going to happen. But Australia is through with a win, I believe win or draw, but it depends on goal differential at that point. But they're a big dog here. Denmark should take it to them and get through. Denmark is through with a win. That's the biggest thing to know. So let's just talk about the Denmark side. Christian Eriksen's on the cover of this video. Easiest play on the slate. They didn't even price him up. Monopoly set pieces could end up hitting like 20 floor here if it takes them a while to score. Like the longer it takes Denmark to break through for a goal, the more he's going to accumulate. He's really the only play I'm that interested in. Christensen's been pretty good as a defender, so I think he's viable. Joachim Male, I feel like is the Denzel Dumfries from Denmark, where he's played awesome in past tournaments for them, but has not been good here. I think he's fine, especially if you do want to do some correlation with like Christensen, Male, Kasper Schmeichel for an Australia team that should struggle on attack. I think it makes sense. GPP, Cornelius, Damsgaard, Lindstrom. That is Denmark. Let's go to Australia. We have been fooled all tournament, and Moy has not been taking set pieces. It's been Craig Goodwin. I was hoping he'd be super cheap. He is super expensive. So there's nobody I want to play from Australia here. I don't want to lock anybody up. Could you play goalie? Yeah. Like Denmark's not like a super high scoring team, so you play Matt Ryan, but that's really it from the Australia side. I don't really want any pieces from them. There's too many other good spots to go to. So let's move on to the next game, Tunisia versus France. France, this is the leaked lineup that I have seen. We can guess that is not a misprint. Eduardo Camavinga at left back. I'll just say this. I am Messi greater than Griezmann and Mbappe. I think what you'll see with Griezmann and Mbappe is similar to what happened with England today. If they get up around the 60th minute or things are just looking okay, get Griezmann and Mbappe off. So you are not going to be paying for 90 minutes here, I do not believe. So I would be off of them. They're fine GPP plays, but I will just say this. I think they're going to be really highly owned. So I think it's really good leverage to get off of them. Once you get off of those two, there's not a lot to love here. Eduardo Camavinga is very cheap. I've never seen him play left back. He's a central midfielder by trade. I have no idea what that'll look like. So I'm probably likely to want to fade it. Even goalie's different. So, I'm just not really on to France here. Outside of maybe like Thuram or Coman for GPP, but not in cash. Tunisia's plus 750. This is not a great matchup for them at all. I don't know why Khazri hasn't been playing. Sure somebody can tell me, but based on this lineup, it's Slatiti, pretty decent player. You could go cheap wingbacks, I guess. I just don't think that there's any reason to chance it. Do you want to play Dahmen? I could definitely see that in play, especially if France is pulling off of the big guys early on, but there's not a lot to love from Tunisia. We'll get to guys that I love. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Let's move on to the second games that are going to lock later. I like these games so much more. And, hopefully they have lower ownership because people just don't want to wait and don't want the uncertainty. Poland and Argentina minus 222. It's Messi. He's on the slate. It's a must-win game. I'm playing Messi. There's not a conversation to be had about it. The question just becomes, do you play a guy like Di Maria with him? Di Maria has not been like the Di Maria of old with Argentina, just pumping in crosses or anything. So I think it's just Messi and move on. Now, Montiel, right back to super cheap. Acuna's been good as a left back. Those are valuable plays. We'll see if they play Enzo. Enzo's a really, really talented player. I don't remember his price offhand. Let me just look versus guessing. I was just going to say, though, he could actually take some corners. He started taking them for Benfica. I doubt he takes anything over Messi here. But that would be the only way I would consider it. But I'm guessing he's not going to be that cheap. Enzo, 5,900. Yeah, that's not that cheap. But if it was 3,900, I'd be like, okay, you might have to do it. But GPP, I definitely can see it. Latoro, GPP as well. DePaul and McAllister are just nothings for them. From the Poland side of things, Zielinski has been taking a monopoly set pieces. I think he's super valuable. If you wanted like at mid-tier play, I just don't see builds going that way. I think you're going to end up having to spend up. I like Mexico pieces a ton coming up here versus Saudi Arabia team that is going to be accepting of pressure, to say the least. So, yeah, just I don't find a Poland place I really like. Like they were very disappointing. Like if you want to go Lewandowski for a goal, I could definitely see Argentina conceding. But other than that, I just don't see a reason. Szczesny was great last game. The one thing that we do know about Messi teams, Messi gets a ton of shots off. So there's a really good opportunity for Szczesny to get a number of saves. Let's go to Saudi Arabia. I really like Mexico. Like I really like Mexican pieces here, especially this is a similar type of lineup because they're just cheap. I love Lozano as a second forward. I think he's one of the best 4 plays on the slate. With or without sets, based on this lineup, he would have a shot at sets. My guess would be is Lozano, Herrera, or Gutierrez here. But Lozano's forward eligible. He has great open play available ability and also has great upside. So Lozano is like one of my favorite plays on the slate. I'm assuming he won't be that popular except for people that follow my tutelage here. But I really, really, really like Lozano. Kevin Alvarez is one of the best attacking fullbacks in MX. Jesus Gallardo has played anything from wing to left back. As left wing back, he'll have a chance to get forward. I really like those Mexican attackers. And then Hector Herrera is only 4K. If he gets sets, he could go off. If not, Hector Herrera has a very, very like long history of kind of like clutch moments. So I could see Hector Herrera being a really good play at 4K. Just like a lot of these pieces, GPP, Raul Jimenez, Guillermo Ochoa, always steps up in big games. I never thought it'd be like so bullish on Mexican pieces, but Mexico wins if we go down to the group. If Mexico wins here, depends on like the difference, but essentially Mexico wins and they have a much better. I should really just like read through these scenarios versus just looking at the table. Obviously, a lot will depend on what happens with Argentina and Poland. Like they really need Argentina to win, which I think, based on the odds is expected. And then at that point, Mexico, depending on goal differential, would have a chance to get through. So Mexico is going to be pushing hard and pushing for a lot of goals as well. That's why I like them so much. For Saudi Arabia, there is one value I want to make. Al Dazri has been really good all this tournament. He's not that cheap. But Al Najal, I'll call it, took a monopoly of their set pieces. He's only like 3,700. So I think that he's very valuable. And then obviously, as anytime you have a team that's pushing a ton, the goalie is very in play. So, if you want to do that, Saudi Arabia is half the home team anyways here. I think you can go there. So I'm very, very, bullish on Denmark pieces, especially Eriksson, Messi, and then Mexico, I think is a really good way to finish this out. See what values pop up throughout the day. Hope you can put it together for a great lineup. With that, that'll do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. With that, I'll say, see you.